I was driving to McDonald's yesterday, and I got to thinking. I got to thinking about how how I am a good player. And then I got to thinking, how am I supposed to explain to people that I'm actually good at the game? And I think I figured it out. I think I think I can convince you guys once and for all. I can I can finally say that I'm good and explain it in a way that you guys will understand it. All right? Okay, so okay. So I'll start off with a question. Let's start off with a question, okay? If I am 1 kill and 12 deaths, do I deserve to be banned? If I go 1 and 12, should I be banned, you know? It's like, yeah. You know, people have been out for me for a while now. They have wanted my head on a spike for going 1 and 12. But let me explain to you guys, okay? So let's take a random... Guys, give me a high elo OPGG. Give me a high elo OPGG. That is a not a support. I will close my eyes and just pick a random one. This guy. Jungler. It's better with the top laner. But Young, I mean, let's take a top lane. It becomes better because I main top lane. First top laner I recognize. Here we go. There we go. There we go. This guy doesn't even have crazy KDA. This guy is barely going on positives. I mean, okay. Yeah, they all top laners have the same KDA. All top laners are sitting on 5 kills and 5 deaths. Plus, minus, whatever. They're all sitting on the same KDA. Okay. So, if... if... How do I explain this? If Mr. Twitter enemy here, if he were to play a game and he got a KDA of 3 and 7. He went 3 and 7 in his game. Let's say he went 3 and 7. Uh, you know, that's a bad game. Um, that's a bad game, but nobody is asking for him to get banned. No one is telling him to get his ass banned. And what I did then is I took his average kills and I lowered it with 2. And I took his average deaths and highered it with 2. That's usually a bad game. You get 2 less kills and then you get 2 more deaths. You know, that's usually average. Because that's the thing, right? Your average KDA is not the KDA you will get every game. It's the KDA you'll get across all the games. So this guy will sometimes go 3 kills and 7 deaths, but he'll sometimes go 7 kills and 3 deaths. And sometimes 5 and 5. But a bad game will usually probably lay around 3 kills and 7 deaths. That's a bad game. Let's say that's a bad game. You know, we can even increase it and we'll say a bad game is 2 kills and 8 deaths. Alright, 2 kills and 8 deaths. Still, if somebody goes 2 and 8, nobody wants his head on a spike. He's not being told that he should be banned. Okay? 2 and 8, nobody says he should be banned. He's still fine. Okay? If he has a bad game, he's still fine. If he goes 2 and 8. Now if we take that with my KDA, And no, don't get me wrong. 2 and 8, that is not a score that he will sometimes get. That is a score that he will regularly get. He will regularly get it. If he doesn't get the score of 2 and 8, he can never have a score of this. And he can never, ever have a score of this. So he will regularly go 2 and 8. If he goes this, well, then he will go 2 and 8. Many times. That's how KDA works. It's a you get, yeah. So he'll go 2 and 8 a lot of times, and he won't be banned for it. Nobody expects him to be banned for it. If we then take me and we do the same thing, average KDA. Let's higher this to 5. I have 5 kills and then sure 10 deaths per game. 5 kills and 10 deaths per games. If we then go -3 +3. And in a quote-unquote bad game, I'll have 2 kills, and I'll be 13 deaths. You see what's happening here? I am winning 52% of my games, but I have worse KDA. But when I have one of my worser games with 2 and 13.
Hey cutie balls flushed.
People want me to get banned. They want me to be banned for it. Just because my score is 2 and 13, but you have to realize that if I go 2 and 13, it is just as bad as this guy going 2 and 8. It's the same thing. It's the same score. If this guy goes 2 and 8 and I go 2 and 13, it's the same thing. And then if this guy gets a score of 8 and 2, you know, if he goes 8 and 2, everybody will think he's popping off. Holy moly, 8 and 2, this guy is crazy. But that's what he's gonna go from time to time, because that's his average KDA. That's just what he's gonna go. Otherwise he wouldn't have this average KDA. He will go 8 and 2 many times. If I go 8 and 7, if I go 8 and 7, that is just as good of a performance. That is the exact same performance. So if I ever go 8 and 7, I'm 8 and 2. Does that make sense? Because at the end of the days, it's not your KDA that wins your games. Is winning the games that wins you the games, right? Otherwise, I would be the worst player in the world. Otherwise, I would be legitimately silver on this account, but I'm not. I'm master tier. Right? If you got placed in your elo according to your KDA, I would then be silver elo, but I am not. I am master. So if I go 2 and 13, I need people to stop telling me to kill myself and tell me to get banned. And then if I go 8 and 7, I need to be praised. Because 8 and 7 is an incredible KDA for me. And I have then done so much for my team. Because when I go 5 kills and 10 deaths, I'm doing a lot for my team that I have a 52% win rate. So it's a way to think. It's a new way to think, guys. And if you ever see a streamer... No, I will put it this way. If you guys can tell me to get banned when I go 2 and 13, then I want you to go on every league streamer, and whenever they go a KDA that is slightly worse than their usual, you should tell them to be banned. If you see some mid laner go, because mid laners usually have better KDAs. If you see a mid laner go 5 kills, 4 kills and 6 deaths, tell them to get banned. Tell them they deserve to be banned and they shouldn't play the game. And they're ruining the game for their team. If they have the score of 4 kills and 6 deaths. Because then they're performing as good as I am when I do 2 and 13.